Yes, so yesterday you guys are started. So that's fine. Very good. Thank you. So, and when you are doing the installation, so if it is keep on asking the password, so make sure someone already started. So that's why it won't allow you to start it here. Why? Because the people already started. So that is the reason here, right? You can check in the task details tab in the task manager, just type SA, something like that. You will get the S related all the process here, SAP INST. So just check with them whether they have started or not. Why? Because since they also started here. So that is the thing of the Windows level installation. Okay. Windows level installation. So simple. So I think you understand now how to perform the installation, right? So C drive, we have the SAP softwares are available. Here, go to the SWPM tool. Just double click on the SAP INST. When you double click on the SAP INST, means execute the SAP INST. It will open the URL in the browser. Sometimes maybe your default browser, it will open in the Internet Explorer. Sometimes it will not open. Then you can change. You can copy that URL. You can open the Chrome. You can open in the Chrome. So that will works. Okay. So then you can continue with the remaining steps like giving the SID, so instance number, password, then all the parameters and everything. You can progress it here. Okay. So that is the one thing here. So now I will show you the same thing in the I will show you the same installation steps in the Linux server as well. So you don't feel like, oh, it's the same or different installation procedure here. Only starting of the SWPM tool is different from Windows and Linux. So remaining steps are common for everywhere, every OS, every operating system remaining. Why? Because you will open the URL in the browser, that is common for everywhere, right? So same as like here as well. See here, SAP we are doing in the Linux side. Okay. So Linux side, just go to so download the Linux related files. We have to download it here. Okay. So Linux related files and we have to download it here. So suppose you are doing the installation, right? Just to go to here and installation. Then here you can download the here NetWeaver related file. You can download it here. So NetWeaver 7.5, suppose smallest file, then just download. Then what is the operating system? It is the Linux. So Linux operating system. So what is the database? So let's take the HANA database here, right? So then Linux operating system and HANA database here. Example I'm telling here, right? So exports. So installation exports, you have to download it here. I'm downloading the installation exports as well here, right? So then it is getting downloaded. So then what next? What we required after the kernel, kernel, SWPM tool, DB client. So these things are required here, right? Kernel, K for kernel softwares here, right? So here also kernel softwares, when you are downloading the kernels here, so kernel, so what you have to do, you need to download the operating system. Based upon the operating system, kernel means they are the four files main here.
One Ravinder, just having one question. In previous screen, you selected some 7.53. So how you selected that particular one Unicode only?
That is the last one. That is the latest one. 7.53 is the used one. That's I am working. That's why I know this is the latest version which we can work it out. This also we can work it out. SAP it won't work. Either 7.53, 7.52 is the currently used one. That's why we are using this one. These are all the old one which will not supported by SAP. So that's why these are the used one.
Okay, anything we
Whichever the
can
used
choose.
one, that's all only I will tell you.
Okay.
Then so we need to just download the latest kernel. Kernel means they are the four files in the kernel. So exports, kernel, so SWPM tool, then DB client, then SAP host agent. Okay. So kernel export means only one file only. That zip file you can download it. Kernel means so we can also download the zip file. That is the old version you will get. But instead of that, directly you can download the single file kernels. Kernel means they are the total four files here. SAP EXE, then SAP EXEDB database related, then IGS EXE, then IGS helper. So they are the four files. These four files we will call it as the kernel. These four files we will call it as the kernel here. So that's why so SAP EXE you can download it here. So whether EXE okay, then 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 SAP EXEDB based upon the database you need to download the SAP EXEDB as well. So then IGS EXE, Hyper IGS EXE. Otherwise, if you don't know the software, just type like SAP IGS. Then here the IGS related things will be displayed here. IGS related. So softwares will be it will be displayed here. In the even search box also you can type it here. Search also you can use it. It will display the softwares here. IGS related things will be so displayed here. Right? So then suppose IGS helper. Sir, I don't know where it is the IGS helper. So this is the internet graphics related server here. So this is the kernel means contains the four files here. So if you want to individually download it, you need to download these four files individually. In the individually, you will get the latest versions. So that is the sufficient. But when you go for the installation package, that all will be downloaded in the one zip file here. All will be downloaded in the one zip file. So kernel is the OS level libraries. This is the DB independent file. This is the DB dependent file. This IGS file is the internet graphics server files. In the SAP level, if any screen, anything, any form you want to open in the graphically, then this IGS will be helpful here. This IGS will be helpful here. So that's why this IGS helper, these files, you need to download it here. And also we need to download the, what you have to download it here? You need to download the SWPM. SWPM also. Oh, SWPM also we have to download from the marketplace here SWPM. Okay. So SWPM. Go to the systems and provisioning here. Software download center. So normally you will not get the access to the this service marketplace because here this is the it's required the S user ID. So you need to download the list of softwares. So if you want to perform the installation on the anywhere, any cloud also, AWS cloud or Azure cloud, any cloud platform, first of all, OS should be ready on the cloud platform. Okay. So then as a WPM. Okay. And so once you've done it, then we can go ahead and we can download the respective things. We can download it here. See, as WPM also you are downloading here. As WPM also you are downloading here. So all got downloaded except so the zip file. So this zip file is will take longer time. Why? Because this is the 3.4 GB. Okay. So once done it, it's a Linux system. So Linux means you need to move to the OS level, operating system level, you need to move it here, right? OS level, you have to move that file. Linux means it's a Linux box. So what you have to do, you need to go to the Linux operating systems. Let me find out the URL for the Linux. So this is through putty. You need to log into the Linux operating system. Okay. In your desktop, you have a putty. Just to log in to the desktop, just use the putty configuration. Putty, just type the URL. So just you will get the login as root. Root is the user. The password I will share with you. Then you will able to log into the Linux operating system. So this is the way you need to log into the Linux operating system here. Who are new to Linux, you no need to do the installation on the Linux side. Why? Because during the HANA administration time, You will get the full hands-on experience, full commands on the Linux, how it is the Linux, how to log in, how to practice the commands and everything. So here, who wants to do the practice on the Linux? Some people asked the Linux practice, right? So this is only for them only. Okay. Remaining people, you can ignore it here. We can do
Okay.
the installation on the, so you can do the installation on the, so Windows, that is fine. So here I'm creating the one software, SAP softwares.
So if one user is working on the Linux system and one working on the Windows, that is fine, right?
Which one? One user? Yes.
How many user can work on the Linux at the same time?
Same, any operating system, only one user. There is no difference.
Okay.
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 Any user, any operating system in the anywhere. So only at a time, only one person we have to work it out. Not the multiple persons. Installation means only one person. Why? Because everybody using the, so only one thing, right? So only one operating system they are logging multiple people. So anyone, so they have to use this one only.
Ravinder, if multiple people try to install, then it will same show the error like we observe for Windows, like keep asking for password for this as well.
Yeah, definitely. Any operating system, you have same restrictions. So any operating systems, we have the same restrictions are applied.
Okay.
So definitely it will ask. So that's why, so I'm giving the Linux OS also here. So who are interested, they can work on the Linux. Who are new to Linux, some people are new Linux. So do you no need to worry about that one. Windows is enough for you. So you guys please work on the Windows side. That's enough. So here, so just, so why? Because common steps only the login procedures, that is the different remaining and all the common steps here, right? So here I just moving the this file to the here. So I'm moving Windows to Linux using the putty I logged in. Then using the WinSCP is the tool to transfer the files from the Windows to, so Linux. Windows to Linux, we have to use this one. So I'm creating the multiple folders at operating system level. So one is the SWPM, and why? Because individually I downloaded the files. So that is the reason I'm just moving the all the files to the here. So one by one, I'm moving. So the only thing is I required is, so SWPM tool is required. Sorry, SWPM also I moved it. Then the exports we have to download it here. So now what I will do here, okay. So in this slash media softwares location, so we have the Linux files are available here. Okay, softwares, SAP software files are available here. So here, same as like here, you have the files like SWPM kernel. So now we need to extract the files here using the SAP car command. Using the SAP car command, so we can extract the files here. Go to here, SAP car -xvf, right? Same commands. So same. So say there we used the in the command prompt mode. Here we are using in the Linux terminal window. So we are using here. See, but here Linux, right? It will be very speed actually. So all the files are got extracted here. All the files got extracted here. So first of all, let me check if any database is up and running here or not. That is the main thing here. Here in this host, we have the HANA DB. So HANA DB, yes, HANA DB is running fine here. Okay, HANA DB is running fine.
Ravinder, how we come to know that HANA DB is running or either stop?
So that's why you need to wait for till completion of the HANA database. Then you will come to know.
Okay.
So just
Okay.
not required. Just if you type like HDB info, then you will come to know the HANA processor running status then HANA database is up and running. Okay. If this process are showing, if this process are showing in your list, then HANA database is up and running here. Okay. So in case, so you need to, what you have to do, you need to log in with the root user, right? You need to switch to the HDB ADM, then HANA database user, type HDB space info, then you will come to know this process. You will come to know name server, preprocessor, index server, everything. Then HANA database is up and running here. Okay. So
Okay.
actually
Okay.
HANA database will be up and running only. No one will stop. So just you can carry out the your basis related activities and everything here. So which means go to the CD SWPM tool, SWPM tool. So okay, same as like, okay, we have, okay, this zip file also
So,
downloaded.
so yesterday when we work on the Windows system, that time we choose the SQL Server DB, right, in the
Right.
package. So here already HANA DB is there on the server. No need to
Yes.
install.
No need to install the database. DB topics are in the, we will get it out. That time we will come to know how to install the databases and everything. Here just assume DB is already installed here. Just you need to choose the respective database.
And regarding that kernel 4 file, right? Yesterday, directly those file was there in the package, I think. So because
Right,
of that,
right. It's in the package itself. Those four files are there.
Mhm. So we are having two option means we can download separately or we
Uh,
can download
if you
the
download separately, you will get the latest versions. If you download in the folder
package.
package that zip file, in the zip file you will get the somewhat like lowest versions, previous versions. You will get it out. But either those things also fine. But since we are installing our SAP system, it's a brand new systems we are installing, so it should be new. New means it should be latest versions everything. That's why this time simply we downloaded the one file, one by one. So individually we downloaded it, the latest versions we have downloaded and we are doing. So in the Windows Server, what you will do to do the installation, you will go to the SAP, you will go to the SAP SWPM tool, you will do the double click, right? Same, you will go to the wherever the software is there, just go to the SAP WM, double click, and it will start the SAP INST and everything. So it will automatically, it will open the URL. So in the Linux level is, as you know, it's not in the GUI prompt. Using the commands only, we need to operate the Linux operating systems and everything, right? So here, so what you have to do, you need to go to the, so SAP INST, same. There also we have the SAP INST. Here also we have the SAP INST here. But the only difference is there you will, in the Windows, you will do the double click of the SAP INST, double click of the SAP INST here. Meanwhile, let me copy this file. Let me just copy and it will copy the backend exports. So what I will do, this file, I will move to the here export file. Okay, this will do done. So Windows, you will do the double click and so then that will be open the URL in the browser. So then there you will continue the installation here. So from Linux, simple, you need to execute. If you double click it, it will copy. In the Linux, it will be the copy command here. What you have to do, so after going to the SWPM folder, just you need to execute the dot slash SAP INST. Simple. Double click, it will not work here. Linux. So dot slash SAP INST enter button here. Okay. So then it will open the one URL. So here you need to open the URL. System will not open the URL here. See. So it will open your browser, paste the following URL in the URL address to access the GUI. So then copy the URL here. If you do the control C, it will be cancelled. So don't do the control C here. Just to copy means just through mouse you can select this URL. Then go to the any browser. Go to your browser, your system browser. So then just enter the browser URL advanced and go to the here unsafe mode. It will ask the so user ID and passwords. Same as like here 4237, everything is common and the only host name is different here. So here the host name is the KPS4 HANA. In the Windows, SAP Practice 2 is the host name. Only host names and the operating systems environments are different, but the procedure is common. So here just you need to enter the root user. Why? Because you started the SWPM with the root user. Then click on the OK button. Then same SAP screen is opened. For you also it got the open the same SAP screen, right? Then here, so here SAP NetWeaver 7.5. Then previously you selected the SQL server. Here you are going to select the HANA DB. Then installation. Then SAP application server ABAP, standard server, standard installation, right? Standard. So then click on the next. Similar procedure, similar steps. Now onwards, you know what to do, and so what options you need to select it and everything. What SID you have to keep it. What is the passwords? What where to choose the kernel directory. So because all are we have downloaded, everything is we have loaded here. Everything we have loaded to the here. Then so it's everything we have loaded to the SWPM. This one is not required now. I can download it, all those things. So through WinSAP, you moved the files here, right? Through WinSAP, you moved the files here. So same as like same log files, you can refer it here, SAP inst.log file here. So same screen is opened, same typical and custom is opened here. If you choose the typical, the option is performed with the default settings. As a result, you have small selection of prompts, means small selection of prompts, you will get it out. Custom means you are prompted for the all the parameters. So all the parameters you will be prompted, each and everything it will be prompted, you need to use it here. Here some default settings will be applied, you will get the less screens, less prompts, you will get it out here. So that is the only difference between the typical and custom. So anything you can use it here. Okay, just click on the next button. So here SID. So what is the SID? You need to give it here. So any SID. Suppose like I'm giving the, so it's a NetWeaver development system or so NetWeaver production system, whatever it may be, you can select it here. Then click on the next button here, right? So whatever the SID you want to give, same SID, you can just click the next button. FQDN. FQDN means fully qualified domain names here. So which means here, some companies, if you see here, so google.com, Facebook, those are the fully qualified domain names here. Our company, we don't have any FQDN name here. Just uncheck it out here. Uncheck it out here. Then click on the next button. Uncheck it out and click on the next button. Why? Because that is not important here. Then password. Just you can type the passwords here. What is the password you want to give for the all the users here, right? Then click on the next button here. Similar options, whatever we have seen yesterday, same thing we are seeing now as well. So DB host name, database host name. This is a HANA database, right? HANA database details it is asked. Yesterday, SQL server details asked. If it is a Oracle details it will ask it. So same, whatever the database it will. So HANA also installed on the same database host. Sir, why we are calling as the host means in Linux level, we operating system name is called the host name. Then DB-SID is the HDB, instance number is the 00. Then, so password, you need to enter the systemdb password. Just click on the next button. Then it will connect to the database. It will connect to the database and it will take you to the next step here. It will take you to the next step here. Right? Then again, same it is asking the SAP exe files and everything, SAP exe, IGS exe. So all the files means definitely it's like a kernel. So where it is in the slash media, we have the SAP softwares are available here. Kernel we have chosen. Select the kernel folder. Click on the next button. It will read the kernel files. Here.
We can give same SCD for database and application server.
Database already installed with the HDB. So, yeah, for HANA, you should not give the same SID for the same SID for DB and also SAP. Different things you have to give it here. See here available. So which means it's taken. Just click on the next button. Only HANA, we should not give the same SID. So in the same host, we have to give the different host names. Sorry, if you are the multi-host, so that time we have to give that differently. So prerequisite checks, so that's fine. Just we can just to no means skipped. Just skip the prerequisites check results. Click on the no button. Why? Because prerequisites it always tell you, so we can ignore it. Host agent. So if you are the host agent, you can update the host agent. If you don't have the host agent already installed, then you can uncheck. Or if you want to check, you can check it out. That is your wish, whatever you want. If you already host agent is already installed, so then you can ignore it. If it's all not installed, then select it. Then click on the next button. Select the host agent version as well. Okay. So that is
Ravi, you skipped that step, right? Prerequisite check.
yes.
Does that cause any effect?
No, that will not
Against
cause
user?
anything. That's why
So
we skipped
there
that.
was an error like swap size is needed.
Yeah, swap size, it will ask us to set it, but later also we can select it. Or so that's not a mandatory field actually.
Okay, so
Uh,
every time we can skip that prerequisite step.
yes, every time we can skip it out.
Okay.
So it is available. Since these are the training systems, so we can ignore it. In the real-time system also, why? Because it will always point like so this one and everything. So we can ignore it. But otherwise, if you want, we can also select it. So we can also just to voice level, we have to create the one swap folder. We have to create it here. So here HANA client, it is asking. So HANA client also it is there in the slash media. Where is the slash media? Yes. So HANA client file. HDB IMDB client. The client also available. Linux, right? It will be very fast. Installation exports. Exports means common slash media. Then SAP softwares exports. Exports means this file. Select it. Select the file. So then click on the next button.
Which export that is?
NetWeaver exports. Which system you are doing that related exports. Because NetWeaver systems are the very small systems, so it will be completed soon. But if any system also that any product you are installing, only that exports you need to download it. We selected the NetWeaver, then you need to download. You need to select the only NetWeaver exports only. So it is verifying. It is verifying the data and everything here.
Okay. How much time it will take, Ravi, for completion? Yesterday's
Completion
earlier.
3 to 4 hours it will take. If everything is good, means your system also very speed. It's a Linux, it will be completed soon only. So means 3 to 4 hours it will take. It's the Windows system. Sometimes we may face the space issues, memory issues, and all those things. So we can ignore it. So we then it will take some time then. So Linux it will be speed. So Windows it will be somewhat some slowness. 1 hour difference you may observe it here.
Okay.
Just click on the next. By default things, these are the HANA parameters and everything it will ask us. Just click on the next button here. Main thing is the SID selection, then instance number SID, passwords we have to enter, then location of the all the softwares, location of the softwares. So then remaining things are like a uh, remaining things are normal default options. We can go with the default things here. So yeah, these are the main things we have to select it here. Where is that? No one will ask these questions and everything. So number of parallel jobs, 18 environment here. So 18 means it will be very speed, but system will be very will load. Then we can go for the 9 parallel process. So 9 means how we can select it means number of CPU cores. How many number of CPU cores we have, based on that number of jobs we'll have to select it here. So CPU cores means, so if you go to the performance, so there you see the number of CPU cores, how many we have, you will come to know the list here. Number of CPU cores, how many we have, you will come to know the list. Based on that, you can select the list of CPU sockets. You will get a number of things here, right? So normally we can choose the whatever the SAP will collect it. Okay. SWPM will calculate and will show the number. So you no need to worry about that one. Just you can select whatever the number. So if you want to reduce, you can also reduce it. Why? Because if you choose this one, SAP will calculate, the SWPM tool will calculate the maximum number so that it will override the your installation. So procedure and everything here, right? So then what is the instance number it is asking? Instance number means you see here 00 to 99, any number you can choose it here, any number. So you can choose it here, either 10 or 11 or 12, whatever the number. So you can choose it here, 10 and 11. Sir, why we are choosing the two means during the installation time, there are the two instances are getting created. SAP means one is the ASES, second one is the PAS, primary application server. There the two instances are getting created. So for each one instance number, we have to select it here. Each instance, there is an instance number, we need to select it here. That's why, so we have selected the two here, right? So the sequence we have selected, your favorite number, you can choose it here. Okay. So two instances are getting created initially during the installation, then you can select it. Already exist. See here, in case of that instance number is already exist by the different SID, it will show like it's already exist. So then you need to choose the different number, you need to choose it here, right? Why? Because in the same SAP system, there may be a other system also installed, I guess, with the same 11 instance number 11. Why? Because instance number is the unique for each and every system, each and every instance, each and every system, it's a unique. So which means we have to choose the different one here. So that is the reason here we choose the differently. Even though if you choose the same, SAP will not accept. It will say like it's already using by the some different one. So please choose the default one, something like that. It will tell you something like that. It will tell you the information and everything. It will give you the information. Then you need to choose the different instance number. You have to choose it here, right? So that is the main thing here. So here, so I think all the inputs we have given similarly same as like Windows level yesterday, how we have done it. Similarly, we have done it here. So then user, so that is fine. One user is getting created, operating system level user. So that is the SID ADM. So then database level, one user. Then SAP level, they have users. So like that, the users will be created. See here, review the parameter section. Review the parameter section. So then, so that's fine. So if you want to continue, you can continue, right? So that it will done. Maybe end of the day, you can just complete the installation. Then otherwise, you can also cancel it. So that is also fine actually. Why? Because you no need to see the screen after at least 2 3 hours, 4 hours. You have to watch the screen. So you want to do it, you can do it. So you have the access to the Windows and Linux systems as well to practice the installation. Okay. So you can practice the installation either Windows and Linux system also, you can practice it here. Okay. So you know Linux systems. So here you need to open the putty. Okay. So better you log into the, so if you want to do the installation, you can log into the 3312, that is the Windows installation. Who are, so want to practice, you can go for the 3312, you can do the installation, Windows. Linux, then you can go to the without port number, you can log into the that 49.206.19 and 235. Then you will get the, in the desktop, you will see the putty option. Just log into the putty. Here, host name field, just type the KPS4 HANA. Okay. Here it will ask the root user. I will share the details. So then you can log in. Here, just you can go to the CD. If you know the line, like just to CD, go to the /media, then SAP softwares, right? Here you can go to the SAP software. Here you have all the SAP softwares are available, right? So then go to the SWPM tool. In the SWPM tool, so just see the where is the SWPM. Yes, this is the SWPM. Then /SAP INST enter. Then so install it will ask you to open the URL. Then you can just keep the same screen, just minimize it, open the browser, just open the URL in the browser, copy the URL, open the URL here. Then you will able to get the same screen. Then you can give the inputs, similar inputs. Okay. So only thing is any environment, any operating system, any database, the installation procedure steps are common. Only in the selection screen, is it the HANA database? Is it the different database? Only those things you need to choose it. Remaining steps are common. So this is only for the installation host 3312. But all the SAP practice you have to perform in the all the SAP practice you have to perform in this host itself only. This is the your main jump server, KP jump server. This is your main jump server without port number. Normally you are logging to the IP with port number, right? 3312 port number IP. That is called the port number actually. So that is called the only installation host. But that is only installation purpose only. But if anything, after the installation, we do lot of administration related activities. Those things you need to perform in the our actual gem server. Why? Because this is the latest and it is very speed and all the admin activities will be accessible from this host only. When you log into this host, you have the SAP logon pad. So we have to install the SAP logon pad actually in our desktops. Why? Because to log into the SAP systems, SAP logon pad is required. SAP logon pad is required. So that means SAP logon pad or SAP GUI. Here we need to create the systems here. We need to create the systems here. But here we have already systems are available. We can utilize it here. I will also tell you how to create add the systems in the whatever the you have installed the systems, how to add into in the SAP logon pad. Because to log into the SAP system, you need the SAP logon pad in your desktop or systems. So this is the presentation layer. This is the database layer. Sorry, application. This is the database. So on top of DB, you are installing the SAP. On top of basement means database. Then you are installing the SAP application server. When you are installing the SAP, it will ask the two instances will be created. One is the ASS instance. Second one is the application server instance here, right? So then here you have the SAP GUI. So here, this is a presentation layer. You are here. You are here means what is our IP here? So what is our IP? This is the without port number. Without port number or with port number, this is your IP. You will log into the SIM server. You are installing the SAP application server. You are installing the SAP application server here. Then, but to log into the SAP, the installed one, you need SAP GUI or SAP logon pad in your desktop. This should be installed. And then after that, you need to configure the entries here. You need to configure the entries here. Here you can see the entries here, SAP entries. You can see it here, right? Here you can see all the SAP related entries. You can see it here. Then how to add the entries here? Suppose, so just click on the new button, click on the create the connection here, then click on the next. Okay. So here, so what you have to do, so just click on the new, means adding the all SAP systems. You have the hundreds of SAP systems, we can add to the one system here. So here we have the already some systems are there. We can do our administration activities in these systems. Okay. So here, please click on the new connection. Next. So here description. What type of system is this? Like suppose like this is a NetWeaver production system, right? So production system, you can write it some valuable. What is the SID NWP which you have done in the Linux level? What is the instance number? I think 10 you have given, right? What is the application server name? means where you install the application KPS4 HANA. That is the in the Linux system you have installed it here. Then click on the next, finish. Then your SAP, the Linux system got added. Sorry, your SAP system got added into the here, right? SAP system got added into the here. If you want to delete, so you can delete only these things. Okay, don't work on the delete things. If you delete other things, it will impact the other works as well. So don't delete. So then if you want to delete only these things, only delete the only this one here. So like this, we can add all our systems like this. We can add to the in the SAP logon pad here. Once you add it here, then if you double click it, then it will open the SAP screen. This is the SAP home screen here. This is the SAP home screen here. Okay, this is the SAP, the first screen. It will ask the any SAP system, either ECC or anything you open, either S4 or anything you open. Then first thing, it will ask the user ID and password and client. User ID, password and client. Anything if you open, it will ask the user ID and password and client here. So in SAP, there is a client concept. SAP, there is a client concept here, which means during the installation time, there are the some default settings will be created. OS level, there is a SID ADM user will be created. SAP level, there is a SAP star DDIC user will be created. Along with this one, SAP level, they are the two clients will be created. Client concept SAP. SAP SAP is a client concept. In this client only we have to do the our business, our real-time business. We have to do it in the clients. So there is a client administration. That time detailed information will be covered in the client administration. So there are default clients. The client number always should be the 0002999. In this, they are the default clients you will get from the SAP. This work we will call it as the master clients. Master clients. So this will come from the exports. So using the exports only, this SAP application server is built, right? Then the default data will come in these two clients. In these two clients, the default clients will come, means master clients will come here. So master data. So here, so 000001 and user and passwords, users and passwords we have to enter. So, sir, which user I have to log in here? Sir, initially during the SAP installation time, during the these two users are created, SAP star and DDIC. So you can log in with the DDIC SAP star, any one of the client, either 000001, then the respective passwords you can use it, then you can able to log into the SAP screen, right? So to log into the SAP system, mainly here, what you have to do after the installation is done, so you can just open the one of the development system. So here the client, SAP is the client concept, which means within the client itself, we have to do the our business here. Our business means all our administration activities. So client basis, we have to do that one. So how this client got created during the installation time, there the two clients got created. Those are the master clients. So, and there the two users are created at SAP level, SAP star and DDIC. These are the master users. These are the master clients. It contains the master data. Why? Because first time you are logging to the SAP system, since we don't have any users and passwords, right? Then you need to use the DDIC or SAP star and the password, whatever you have given during the installation time. So password for all users, same password you have to use it, then you have to log into the systems. You have to log into the systems here. That is the main thing here. So then, so you can here SAP, this is SAP screen. Okay, SAP screen here. Here you need to enter the transaction codes here. SAP, normally the Linux operating system, how we are operating through commands, we are operating system, we are operating Windows. Then with the mouse, you are operating the Windows operating system. But SAP application, to operate the SAP application, you need to execute the transaction codes. SAP is a transaction code based concept. SAP is a transaction codes concept here. Transaction codes. In the shortcut, we will call it as the T code. T code. So if you execute the T code, transaction code, SAP will be SAP. So it will be operated. We have to operate the SAP using the transaction codes only here. Transaction code is shortcut to the business application. What is transaction code means? Shortcut to the business application here. Right? The first transaction code everybody has to execute. This is the transaction code box. Here you need to enter the your transaction here. Here you need to enter the your transaction here. This is called the OK code box. This is called the OK code box here. This is called the OK code box. In this box, you need to enter the transaction code and that will be opened here. Here, you need to enter the first transaction code after the installation is completed, SICK. So which means it will check the your system installation is successfully completed. Are there any errors are reported or not? It will give you the this one. So this is your first assignment here. Everybody please log into the any one of the SAP system. Suppose you take the NW1. Okay. Log into the NW1. Log into the NW1 with user ID and password. Just execute the SICK. So it will give you the installation. No errors are reported, which means system is running fine. Then take the screenshots and post it in the group or individually to me. Then I will come to know your assignment is done for today. So your assignment for today, what you have to do? I need this at last screenshot. This is required here. Okay. No errors are reported, which means you are the up to the speed here, right? So that is the one you have to do it for today, right? Connect to the any one of the system, either so NWD or ECD system, you can connect it. So the passwords and all the details, I will share it now. So then you need to log in. So you need to open, then enter the execute the user ID, any user ID, SAP star or DDIC, or we have the one common user, basis user also we have, which we created. Then there also you can execute it here. Then you can enter the SICK, any user. Then we have to use the common so screen, you will get it out here. So this is the way we need to. So without GUI, without logon pad, you cannot log into the SAP. So your logon pad is required. That is in your desktop. So just open the logon pad. So then you can able to see the all the systems here. You can log into the NetWeaver NW1 NetWeaver development system first time. So then you can enter the user ID password. Then you can start using it here. Okay. So that is your assignment for today. So meanwhile, if anyone is pending, you can do the installation, parallel installation. Then parallelly, so I need these screenshots as well. Okay. Any questions, anyone?
Hey, Ravindra, in that GUI screen, if you open that GUI once again, some connection you created, right? Some
Right.
connection. Yeah. There's one more radio button. What is that radio button? There are two radio buttons.
This one, right?
Yeah, the create button. Create.
Okay. This is the create button to create the connection. Oh, I wrongly created the connection. I need to change it. Then just click on the pencil button. Then you can just edit it. Just change it.
Yeah.
Suppose if it is wrong, you can change it. This is the
Yeah,
deletion.
there's one more radio button on the top.
This one?
No, if you go to change mode, there's one more custom application server.
Yeah.
Group
This one I will explain. In the coming class, you will come to know what is this exactly, this button.
group server.
This
Okay.
is the directly you are connecting to the custom application server. So which means application server you are connecting. So now I want to connect to the message server, means ASCS instance. That time you need to choose the this one.
Okay.
The message server you are connecting. So this one I will explain it. This one I will explain.
Yeah, means explain us the difference between both.
Yeah. Why? Because we have the class actually. We have the one class in the upcoming. So that I will explain it. Why? Because if I explain now, why? Because now people will get confused. Why? Because Linux we discussed today, and also the logon pad also we discussed, and also we discussed about the so this one client user ID password, the transaction code. So these things new people they cannot remember. So that's why. So I have so while creating the connection, since you asked the question here, you have the two options here. One is the by default custom application server, that is fine, which means your SAP system, how you are connecting from GUI to your SAP? Is it application server, direct application server, or via ASS instance? Via this one or via this one? How you are traveling to Hyderabad? From your village to direct travel, or in middle you will go to the one more city. From there to you will travel to the Hyderabad. Finally, you will come to the application server only. All your connections will come to the application server only. But the way of traveling is different here. So direct express, super luxury, direct you will travel to the this one. But not the direct. So there is a ordinary or something you will onboard it, then it will go to the one more bus station, then it will come here. But here, so when we have to connect to the direct application server, when we have to connect to the so this ASCS instance means message server and NQ server. Now, if I start telling message server and NQ server, you will get confused. So just you can assume now, if we have the one application server, we have to connect through application server only. Or from here also, two ways we can connect to the SAP system. One is the direct application server, or via ASCS instance you can connect to the ASCS instance you can connect to the SAP system. Finally, all the connections will come to here only. So if you directly connect it, there is no issues. Then if you also connect to the ASCS, there is no issue, right? So here this is, but there is an advantage if you connect to the, why? Because during the installation time you are getting the two instances. One is the primary application server and ASCS instance. If you connect to the ASCS instance, load distribution will happen. It will distribute the load to the among the application server. But here you have the one more application server is there. You have the one more application, that time this will work. But here only one is there. Then if you directly connect it, if you connect from the ASCS instance, it won't work. So there is a concept in our upcoming classes. So load balancing message server, that time you will get the clear picture what is this group server selection and what is this. Okay, that time you will get the clear picture. You will confuse now. Just you can use the default settings now. Custom application server, provide the description, then provide the SID. No, you need to provide the exact SID, instance number 00. Then application server name is the KP online 1, where you install this NW1 host. Then select it, just finish it here. So just click on the OK button, then you will able to log into the SAP here, right? So something you given wrong here, So then the wrong host name, then when you connect it here, it won't connect it here. So connecting, then you will see this is application server is unknown, something like that. Okay.
Sir, sir,
Yes.
so what is the difference between host and domain?
Host and domain.
Yeah.
Where you found out that one, host and domain.
So now,
Host
no,
is
sir.
the operating system name is the host. Domain is the your network domain. So your IP domain, that is the domain. So host, under the domain only we have all the hosts are available here. Domain means network domain. Domain means your operating system. Suppose like me.sap.com is the domain, right? Suppose if
Okay.
you open the whatsapp.com is the domain. If you open the Google Drive, the google.com is the domain, right? If you open the any other things, then so here google.com is the domain. So these are the domains, network domains. So here operating system name is the your host name. Windows level we will call it as the host, OS name, or Windows server name, or computer name, that one. But host name is Linux level, we will call it as the host name. All are same. The only thing is that all are synonyms only.
Okay. Mm-mm.
Hi Ravinder, one question. Okay, as we don't have access to the service marketplace, right? We don't have the SID, that yes number. So I'm just asking, like, so can you means give us the compatibility matrix for the all the product so that we can understand what needs compatible with NetWeaver
What you
or the
required? What you required?
compatibility matrix for
Compatibility
the,
matrix means what compatibility matrix you required? There are a lot of
suppose
compatibility matrix.
suppose NetWeaver 7.5 is there, so
Yes,
you just selected that kernel, right? That latest the kernel. Then
yes, yes.
according to that, you host agent also, then SWPM and all.
That is the common software, Sumesh. Common softwares we have to download. Then you have noted, right? Common softwares for everywhere we have to take it out. This one. This is the common. Okay. Then
But you were aware, right? 7.53 was the latest one.
yes, yes,
You choose
yes.
that one directly, but initial stage we are not aware, means that that is the latest. So if you provide this kind of sheet or something,
We don't have this sheet anywhere then. We don't have this sheet here. You need to note down now. Now you have to take a
Can
note down. Why? Because so let me check. We have any this kind of sheet. Whatever you are expecting, the sheet. If you have anything, I will share it. If you don't have any sheet, then you have to take a notes from the classes. That is the main thing.
notes means I can take it, but the thing is that service marketplace, right? So many things are there on that. Versions are also different versions are there for each export kernel, SWPM, DB client. So
Ah.
because of that, we don't have access. So just want to understand that if we select this product, then what is compatible with this product latest version
So
for
then
the
in this case, you need the S user ID access. Then it
can you
will
get
log
that
in.
access, Ravindra?
You will not get the access. That is actually restricted by the company. You will not get the access. When you
that
join the organization, you will get the access. That's why multiple times I showed you, I explained it. Only S user ID access you will not get. So that cannot be shared to the anyone.
Okay,
Company
because while
violation.
installing